Hey guys, my name is John Dorer with EB3.work. Hope everybody is doing well. Today is Wednesday, November 27th, 2024, the day before Thanksgiving. And we want to do a quick run through of the EB3 visa processing times. And so the first step for the applicant's worker in the EB3 visa process is the PERM process. PERM is the labor certification, step one of three. And the way that you find the processing times is you go to flag.dol.gov processing times and scroll down to PERM processing times. We can see this was just updated yesterday, which is great. And they are what's not so great is that they are approving cases filed in August 2023. So you want to look at analyst review. That's the normal processing row. And priority date is the date that somebody's perm was filed. So if your perm is filed in August 15th, on August 15th, 2023, for example, you should expect it to be approved now. And it is November, so that is actually a slower processing time than recently. So it's 14 month, 15-month processing time, September, October, November, 15-month processing time. So we want them to speed that up because it should be much faster, but that's how you check the perm processing times. Step two of three is the I-140, and you go to the USCIS website. It's egov.uscis.gov processing times, and you select I-140. In this case, it's the EW3 other worker category that we deal with, that we work in, and the Texas Service Center is the for regular processing. And we can see that almost all of the cases, 80%, are completed, approved within 9 months. So that's the I-140 processing time. You can also, you have the option of premium processing for the I-140. Premium processing is where you pay USCIS an additional $2,805, and they will issue the approval within 15 business days. So that's an option, although as we'll see in a minute on the visa bulletin, it's not always recommended or required, shall we say. So I-140, step two of three, regular processing time is about 9 months. The final processing time that we look at is the visa bulletin. And if you are in the U.S., for example, on a student visa or H-2B visa, you would do adjustment of status, and you would adjust. What that means is you're adjusting from temporary non-immigrant visa to permanent resident immigrant visa. It's the adjustment of your status, also called AOS for short. That's if you're in the U.S. If you're outside the U.S., it's called consular processing. And that's where, after the I-140 is approved, you file the DS-260 with the State Department, the NBC. And then when your priority date is current, which we'll look at in a sec, you will be issued an interview appointment. You go to the interview, and that's when you get your passport stamped with the EB-3 approval, and then you can come to the U.S. and you are a permanent resident. So let's look at the December visa bulletin. Now, what you do is you scroll down past family sponsored, and you want to get to employment-based preferences. And then you'll see that there are two tables. One is called A, final action dates, and B, and the other one is B, dates for filing. And so the question is, which one do you look at? There's a little link here that you've got to check and click every month, and it will tell us for next month, which is December, all employment-based, you must use the dates for filing chart. So let's go back, and we're going to look at the dates for filing chart. This is the row other workers for EB-3 entry-level positions. And so this is day, month, year. And so what it means is if your priority date or the date that your PERM was filed was prior to May 22nd, 2021, then if you're in the U.S., you can apply for adjustment of status. If you're outside the U.S., all of your DS processing, DS-260 processing should be complete, and you're just waiting for the interview appointment. You should be expecting that EB-3 interview appointment from the embassy or consulate anytime now. So remember, this is the cutoff date on the visa bulletin. It's the priority date, cutoff date. And your priority date is the date that your PERM is filed. So that's a very important date to remember. The date that your PERM is filed is the priority date. And it's important because it tells you when you can apply for the last stage of the EB-3 process. So, we'd like to see this move up. We'd like to see more visas become available for the EB-3. We are in let's just say that we are in need of immigration reform. The last immigration law that went into effect, we were in a much different employment labor situation. Unemployment was at different levels. Right now, we're seeing widespread labor shortages for entry-level worker positions where employers simply cannot find enough U.S. workers. There simply aren't enough available. There are just more people leaving the workforce than there are entering the workforce. And so we have a demographic problem in that regard. Anyway, at EB3.work, we invest significant resources in litigation and advocating both for faster processing times, and we will continue to do so. So that is a quick wrap up of the processing times. Hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving if you celebrate, and feel free to leave a comment below if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.